Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Friday, everybody, or as happy as we can be involved in, well, it's not crypto, it's just general financial markets at the moment. But yeah, happy Friday nonetheless. I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin for our chart. So yeah, Bitcoin, it did break down. We had a swing failure. We had a try to get above this level of resistance, tried to get there above one last time, and we were swiftly rejected, and obviously came all the way down on this occasion to our next level of resistance, our next level of support. Hopefully it stays as support. Hopefully we don't break it and it turns into resistance, but who knows. But yeah, we basically have come down to our next level. So what does this mean? I mean, all it means is that we are basically trading within this next range. Obviously we have been trading in it previously, but attempting to break back above to the prior range, above basically that resistance, and also obviously ultimately we just were able to do it. So obviously with the with the help of the stock market getting dragged down, also the bears did take us all the way down just to the next level of support, the major level of support. Obviously this is kind of the mid-range. You can see these levels where we tested this, and then this is obviously the more major level of support. So yes, this is where we are now on this fine Friday. So like as always, we have to try and maintain this support, trade within this range, ultimately break back above for us to make progress to the upside, and obviously if we do lose this, then now we've got our next levels basically, low basically 33,000s and then 30,000s. These are basically the levels that we've got coming in below. We'll just have to extend these along, extend these over now that they are obviously in play as it were. Let me just do this one also, but yeah, let's just get this along. But yeah, but all I will say is that not this is that not this is going to make you feel loads better, but obviously this is range that we've been in for a while. We've had some price action above, found ourselves back below, above, back below. Even recently, we've been in this range, and we are just basically at the bottom part of this range here. So if we are able to hold this support, trade sideways here, ultimately break back above 39,000, then and then yeah, I mean it still won't look that bad. This low would then not have been a high low relative to these lows here. Obviously this trend line is broken, but nonetheless it would be higher lows. So yeah, we can still cling on to that bit of hopium at the moment. Obviously if we lose this level, we've got this level. If we lose that level, we've got that level. A lot of it, as we know, is predicated on what this asset right here is doing. And again, similarly for this asset, we have this sideways range that we are in. We've been testing the top, testing the bottom, swing faded below, broke back above, back tested, broke up to the top, and now back down at the bottom. So we are still just in this sideways range here. So that is to say then if we do lose this, we've got the levels below 4,000, and if we do stay in this, get back above 4,300, then yeah, we obviously got an attempt. We basically got an attempt of reversing this this downtrend that we are currently in. So yeah, all is not lost at present. I mean, how bad can things get? Don't forget, we do have the plunge protection team, and they no doubt will be looking into buying some S&P futures to try and print that tape into the close today, because I mean you don't really want to be lower than this amount. We've got a full trading day today, guys. It could get ugly. We can't rule out the possibility it could get ugly, but yeah, we had a pretty aggressive to the downside day yesterday. I mean, if we have an ugly close today, then we are potentially looking at our stock market at a Black Monday. Come Monday, obviously, once people sit and digest this information over the weekend. But yeah, we will have to see what happens basically today. It'll be important weekly close today. It will be an important weekly close. It will be an important trading day today. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. DXY just at the highs again. I mean, we do have this bull flag target. I mean, this is causing a world of pain for us all, for all risk assets, for the world economy. Yeah, it is not ideal. The 10-year as well, still all the way up there as well. It's interesting to see, obviously, on the basis that people were looking at a slightly more dovish Fed than for actual yields to go up. So yeah, try and get your head around that one. Gold, well, tried to mount a little bit of a bounce, but back in the support zone. I mean, we are not far off a in my opinion, we're not far off a major liquidity event where obviously the correlation of everything goes to one, and basically everything gets dumped. And obviously gold is an asset that can be liquidated when you are in need of well, liquidity. There you go. So yeah, obviously gold not looking too good there. Let's just have a look at a new currency pair. Basically, obviously, we've got the conflict in Europe. There were two conflicts. There were two conflicts going on in Europe. One is the actual military conflict between obviously Russia and well, Ukraine, plus obviously all the aid they're getting, and the other one is the economic conflict between Russia and Europe, and the main barometer of the economic conflict between Russia and Europe is this one. So initially there was a spike up when people thought this is bad for Russia, bad for the ruble, bad for the Russian economy, and obviously not so bad for Europe. And then obviously subsequently, I keep saying obviously, apologies, it is probably annoying, but yeah, subsequently it absolutely has tanked, and it is showing that obviously the Russia literally has Europe by the balls. They are certainly winning this economic war. I mean, all they have to do is turn off a few pipelines, and German factories shut down, and the eurozone is instantly in basically a depression. And yeah, I mean that is the state of play. Yes, they can try and go to green energies. Yes, they can try and get LNG from Algeria or wherever else they're looking at, but can they do that in time? No. Can they do it like the flick of a switch? No. So yeah, and obviously it is causing tensions between eurozone countries, because obviously some are more reliant on obviously Russian energy. So obviously, again, apologies, some are more reliant on Russian energy, such as Germany, and other ones not so much. So they such as well, Bulgaria's one, isn't it, where they can say like, oh, we don't want to use any of it, we're supporting the war, etc, etc. But yeah, so this is the chart of the economic war, and clearly there is a clear winner in this war at present, at the moment. So I mean, ultimately, what is probably going to happen with this conflict is that Ukraine is going to get divided. There is going to be it's just going to be split. Russia is going to get what it wants out of Ukraine. It is basically going to neutralize the other part that basically won't have it will have obviously its corridors to the Black Sea, I think, and it will also have those commodity rich areas that it wants as well. So yeah, I mean, there is no real, that is probably the outcome of that. So yes, let's not distract ourselves though. Oh, we got a nice 104 print here in the DXY. Just more global liquidity concerns. Let's have a thought for the countries that are commodity producers and are not well, basically emerging markets such as like Sri Lanka and places like that. They are literally wrecked. They are absolutely wrecked, these countries. I mean, there are problems at the margins here, and on top of all that, there is the potential for an impending food crisis once we realize well, we get maybe this last good harvest out, and then obviously the next ones, I said obviously again, then the next ones are going to be pretty bad due to lack of lack of well, fertilizers, also due to large areas not planting, and yeah, and then potential economic implications of the conflict with regards to the food supply chains. So yes, things not looking great. On the flip side, what will probably happen is energy prices are. I think energy prices are going to come down, but food prices are going to go up. So yeah, obviously energy prices at the moment, as we can see, getting above this horizontal that we've had. So they are looking potentially bullish for another move up. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. You guys know my view. I do think that obviously we are going into severe economic bad times, economic goblin town, and that is not bullish for oil. We maybe obviously have bullish soft commodities, food commodities and things, but I don't think it's gonna transfer through to oil. So what else can we look at just to just to peruse these markets? Ethereum USD is below obviously our major support area here, but again its actual next level of support is all the way down here, so around 2,600. So, and if it does come down there, get supported there, then we are still putting in higher lows relative to these lows here, so it still wouldn't look that bad. Or if we're lucky, if we can turn around here and get back above 2,900, then excellent. But yeah, at the moment obviously we are in a weak market. Ethereum Satoshi pairing, as you can see, Ethereum not faring as bad as Bitcoin. So no doubt that is because we do know financial institutions are more heavily involved in Bitcoin, and obviously they are then just selling that along with everything. They're less involved in Ethereum, just therefore there is just more selling in Bitcoin. So that is potentially why this is going up. Plus also Ethereum is the future. We're obviously going to have L2 summer where Ethereum becomes even more usable. Everyone starts using Ethereum. Ethereum is the world computer. Ethereum is the future of money. Bitcoin is literally just it's just the MySpace of crypto. It is the Yahoo of crypto. And obviously, apologies with it. Obviously, Ethereum is literally the future. So yeah, we have that also. Yeah, ultimately this will flip Bitcoin and continue onwards and upwards. So yeah, it is not surprising to see it doing well. It is surprising in such a bearish market, a risk-off market, to see it outperforming Bitcoin. That is surprising because Ethereum should not be outperforming Bitcoin in those conditions, historically speaking. But it is at present, so that is obviously good to see. This is also intriguing. This Bitcoin dominance did have that push up, and now slammed straight back down into our zone. So altcoins not getting whacked as hard as Bitcoin. But then again, like I just said, Finance 1.0, its main involvement in crypto is Bitcoin. So when they dump things, it's mainly the Bitcoin that they have to dump. So maybe we do enter a new paradigm of Ethereum certainly outperforming, and then ultimately maybe the institutions then decide they want to power more into Ethereum staking, get some of those sweet yields that obviously they have to do all sorts of wild things in Finance 1.0 markets to get yield. Maybe they realize they can get decent yield in Ethereum. And they realize it does generate a lot of revenue. So yes, maybe we got that coming. And then because obviously this is the Bitcoin dominance. The main thing that trades against Bitcoin is or the biggest part of the basket that trades against Bitcoin is Ethereum. So yeah, maybe that just single-handedly drives this down. Anything else I want to look at? Not really. Let's have a look at stochastics. But like I said, all I will say today, all we are looking at is where this closes. Do we lose this support here? Can we get back up to, I mean, we've really got to get above 4,200 today in the S&P for this Friday close, or things are going to look disgusting into the weekend. That won't even look good into the weekend, but it will look better if we close in this area. then yeah, I mean, look out below. We could easily have a crash down on Monday down to literally 3700s. At some point, if this carries on, we will have a capitulation crash, and if it comes from anywhere round about where we are now, I expect it will be down to around 3700. This next area, next level, and let's see what that is a percentage, because maybe I've been a bit too aggressive. No, 9% is fine, I was going to say, because if it was anything more than like 20 odd percent, it would be a bit aggressive. But yeah, 9% dump. Yeah, that would be reasonable. So that is what is on the cards. If we close below this support level today, obviously that will have implications for Bitcoin. If we are to recover, then yeah, Bitcoin's got a good chance of getting back above 3700, back above the midpoint of this range you're in. Get back above the midpoint, then we can then target the top of the range. So yes, let's look at stochastics. But yeah, all to play for our come down and coming down here. Obviously, these ones that were looking better yesterday are no doubt going to have been turned over in with this downside action. So 10 hour has been turned back over, along with 12 hour turned back over. Daily still pointing up though. 2 day just about still pointing up, 3 day it's still coming down, 5 days still coming down, weekly coming down, bi-weekly just still coming down. But you'll note a lot of these high time frames are coming down from a lower area, and we have mentioned that ultimately they will turn back up. It just is a case of where Bitcoin is at price wise at the point they turn back up, because that's when we should get then a substantial bounce. Does that bounce turn into getting back to the all-time highs? That will just have to be seen in real time, but nonetheless we'll get a significant bounce at that point. But like I said, where is Bitcoin? Is it here, or is it here, or is it even lower? We shall have to see. So that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you for listening. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.